Ohio State basketball coach Fred Taylor was a happy man in 1960. The reason? His sophomore class featured the talent of 6'8" center Jerry Lucas, defensive ace John Havlicek, and highly touted Mel Knoll. Along with shooting star Larry Siegfried and veteran Joe Roberts, the Buckeyes became one of the greatest shooting teams in college basketball history. Among the substitutes on this team was another flash of brilliance, a fiery line drive shooting player named Bobby Knight.
Bobby Knight was a very tenacious player. He's known for defense. Bobby Knight tried to play defense as hard as anyone else. He didn't have the quickness of other people, and when you played against Bobby Knight, you knew you were going to be in a physical battle because he didn't have the quickness. Therefore, he would grab you, he would hold you, he would bump you, he'd move you around, and you knew when you were fouled.
All-American center Jerry Lucas led the country in field goal percentage for 3 straight years as he made over 62% of his shots. The Buckeyes cruised to a 25-3 record in 1960, easily defeating California in the finals 75-55. They would, however, suffer 2 straight championship losses to Cincinnati in 1961 and 62. The bragging rights issue in Ohio was settled by Cincinnati's powerful 6'9" center Paul Hogue as the Bearcats won back-to-back national titles. Ohio State fans, however, will long remember their battling Buckeyes, a squad that made it to the NCAA championship game 3 straight years and sent 4 of its players on to the NBA. They called him Pistol Pete. College basketball had never seen a scoring machine like Pete Maravich. Playing for his father, Press, at Louisiana State University from 1968 through 70, the Pistol completed his amazing career as college basketball's most prolific scorer. With his floppy socks and dazzling ball handling, Pete Maravich put pizzazz into the game of basketball.
Pete was blessed with a great amount of ability, natural athletic ability. Pete could do a lot of amazing things with the basketball. He was really a showman. I mean, Pete would go out there to, put on a show. I mean, that's what he wanted to do. That's how he looked at himself, as a showman. Pete loved the game. He loved the game, and he was a lovely person. I mean, a lot of people didn't know Pete, but there's nothing Pete wouldn't do for you. If you asked him in terms of helping you any way you can, financially, in terms of basketball, clinics, or whatever necessary, he would do this. And I just thought he was a great talent.
In only 3 years at LSU, he rewrote all the record books. Most points in a season, most points in a career, highest career scoring average at 44.2 points per game, and most points in a single game, 69. Whether it was from behind the back or through the legs, double pump or one-handed, the result was the same. Pistol Pete Maravich, college basketball's greatest showman. On January 20th, 1968, over 52,000 people filled the Astrodome in Houston, Texas, to watch what was billed as the game of the century. Number 1 UCLA and center Lou Alcindor faced number 2 Houston and All-American Elvin Hayes. This dramatic setting was enhanced even more by the fact that the court was so far removed from the fans. It was a great spectacle. UCLA's 47-game winning streak pitted against Houston's 48 straight wins at home. A serious concern for Bruin fans was that Alcindor had injured his eye the week before in a game against California. Still bothered by vision problems, Lou elected to play anyway. However, from the opening tip, it was clear that the evening belonged to Elvin Hayes and the Houston Cougars.
Comes up with a steal. The Cougars on the attack. Cheney setting up lead. That's Hayes, 17-footer. Houston leads 2-0.
The Big E rarely missed, hitting 17 out of 29 shots from the field and finished with 39 points.
Hayes in the corner. Houston leads.
In the end, Hayes' 2 free throws clinched the win for Houston as the Astrodome went wild.
The Houston Cougars have snapped UCLA's 47-game winning streak and pandemonium at the Astrodome.
The final score, Cougars 71, Bruins 69. In the early 1970s, the only team talented enough to end the UCLA Bruins' 7-year reign over college basketball was the 1973-74 North Carolina State Wolfpack. A unique collection of individual talents, Coach Norm Sloan's team featured 3 key players of very different style. The 74 national champs were built around the big man, 7-foot 4-inch Tom Burleson. Big Tom was a dominant presence inside with his rebounding, scoring, and shot blocking. On the wing, superstar forward David Thompson, a 3-time All-American and Player of the Year in 1974. Thompson gave the Wolfpack unstoppable offense with his 42-inch vertical leap and a soft shooting touch. Orchestrating this high-powered offense was the diminutive Monty Tao, standing only 5 feet 6 inches tall. Tao's floor leadership, hustle, and clutch shooting made him arguably the most important member of the super team. In 1974, North Carolina State finished the season as the #1 ranked team in the country. In the national semifinals, the Wolfpack faced UCLA for the 2nd time that year. The game was hotly contested throughout and went to double overtime. In the second overtime, the Bruins watched an early 7-point lead slip away as North Carolina State stopped their 38-game tournament winning streak 80-77. In the finals, behind David Thompson's 21 points, the Pack defeated Marquette 76-64 to earn their first national championship and secure a place as one of the greatest teams in the history of college basketball.